So I have spent hours and hours researching various different macro-friendly recipes on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, wherever it is, and I have finally found the most easy recipe to have the most insane macros possible. And this high-protein blueberry and raspberry cake is a sweet option and is a very easy way to get fruit in if you struggle to get it in any normal way. And it tastes so nice with only 155 calories per slice and 14 grams of protein in each slice also. So when you literally only need 5 ingredients, I'm going to show you exactly how to make it, and it will be the easiest video you've ever watched in your life. So one of the 5 ingredients is low-fat Greek yogurt. Now the pot that I had 450 grams, even though you only need 400 grams. However, 50 grams of yogurt isn't going to make a huge difference to the taste at all. Next, you're going to need to add 4 eggs into the mixing bowl, followed by only 40 grams of corn flour or cornstarch. Next, you only need 20 grams of a natural sweetener. I went for stevia and it worked just fine for me. And finally, the last ingredient is fruit. Now, the recipe that I saw said 80 grams of blueberries. However, with the lack of, any sort of sugary sensational taste, I added more fruit because you can't add too much fruit. Fruit's a great thing to have for your health, and I ended up having raspberries as well as blueberries, and I added a lot more than 80 grams and it tasted great to me. So that sort of thing is personal preference, and you might need to try and error with it. For example, the first time I made this I didn't like it that much, but the second time it was so much nicer when I added fruit, just to make it taste a bit more of something. So once these ingredients are all added into a container, the next step is to mix it effectively as shown on screen to sort of have this consistent cream colour, and then you can add it to a cake pan with baking paper inside. You'll then need to bake the cake for 50 minutes on 180 degrees Celsius. Well, I use the bottom oven on 160 degrees because my bottom oven warms up quicker than the top oven. And when 50 minutes has passed, you can take the cake out and it's literally done.
Huh?
Yeah, it's that easy.
I'm absolutely unbelievable.
Now, a couple of key points to add: if you do decide to stick with less fruit than I went for and the 80 grams of blueberries, just be prepared that it may be a bit bland for you. You don't want to be in a situation where you add lots of calories in with cream or something because you need it to taste nicer, so just something to consider. And I would also say that when you do take the cake out, it will rise initially, so don't stress about it if you're thinking, why does it look so much, taller than my cake, for example. It does flatten down after time. It will take a couple of minutes, if that, to flatten down. So don't panic if it's rising in the oven. And how you eat it is up for debate. For example, I prefer to eat it when it's warm. I will warm it in the microwave for a short amount of time once I'm ready to, use it after leaving it in the fridge. Make sure you leave it in the fridge. Do not leave it outside the fridge, otherwise it went moldy like mine did on the first time. So don't make the same mistake as me. It's made entirely of yogurt on the base, so it has to be kept in the fridge. So when you take it out, you might want to warm it like me. I don't have anything with it. I just have it warm by itself. Don't add any extra calories or anything like that. Although, for example, when I gave it to my mum, she actually preferred it when it was cold. So, don't hate on it straight away if you don't like it, the warm version. Maybe you should just let it cool down. Or, try both options. Whichever one you prefer is up to you, of course. So when I'm giving this one a ranking, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Now, if you'd asked me from the first cake, I would have only given it about a 7, potentially a 6.5. However, now that I've decided to add more fruit, it gave it so much more flavour. And the reason it's an 8 out of 10 for me and not a 10, for example, is because it doesn't taste as nice, in my opinion, as the Biscoff cheesecake. It doesn't blow me away as much as that.
I'm better. I am better.
However, if you want something more subtle, it's a great option, and it's so much easier to make than the Biscoff cheesecake or other options, which I may put out there. So if you're a beginner, for example, and you just want to have an interesting way to hit your protein goals, this is such a good recipe, and in that circumstance, it's a 10 out of 10 without a doubt. With that being said, guys, I hope you did find this video useful, and let me know if you tried it down below in the comments, and give it a rating out of 10 while you're at it. But yeah, with that being said, guys, I will see you guys in the next one.